So I just finished not too long ago, like my first rewatch of She-Ra, Princesses of Power on Netflix. And so I kind of want to recreate some of the characters in The Sims 4, starting with obviously Adora. So we're going to start with this character right here because Adora's pretty cool. I like her. So let's start with a clean slate. So we got to, I mean, I like this sim, but like we got to start completely over. So instead of like my Bratz ones where I recreate like their actual like outfits and stuff, this one's just going to be inspired by the things that Adora wears in the show. So I love how the first thing that popped up was Adam, even though they're not in the same universe in this iteration, but her last name is going to be Grayskull, obviously. So there we go. And she is a she, her. So, Adora, probably, what would her aspiration be? Her aspiration probably would be bodybuilder because, you know, she's the She-Ra and Adora is pretty brave. So do we have a brave? We don't have a brave, but I guess she would be a little ambitious, but she's also kind of a practice makes perfect. She's also very competitive, so probably self-assured because that's confident. She's also pretty noble, so she's also very goofy. So is that a thing on here? Goofball? She's also pretty goofy, so let's put that on there. Let's see, her activities that she would like. Honestly, she kind of likes all of these. Obviously fitness and wellness, if she's going to be like a modern version. She likes red and... yeah, let's go ahead and give her yellow and white that she likes because those are most of the things that she wears. I'm trying to figure out what things that she's kind of a goofball, so she'd probably like silly behavior. She likes small talk, obviously physical intimacy, probably deep thoughts too, and stories. She likes to hear stories. She hates being deceived, so put that on there for sure. I don't think that either of decor or fashion, I don't think either of those would be probably for like anything that she would care about. I can see her not liking egotistical sims, which is funny since her and Catra, you know? She likes to laugh, be outside, people who are high energy and optimistic, and probably a little rascally. Oh, and spirited sims, especially because she's friends with Perfuma. I think she would like all music, so we'll probably just keep that, just how it is. Okay, so let's start on her. Actually, let's start on her body. So she's pretty tan. Honestly, this sim that we have is pretty good for Adora. She is pretty strong, so let's give her muscles. She's pretty strong, but she's also not like very thin, but she's pretty fit. Yeah, that looks good. So her features, let's go up here. So she has blonde hair. Let's kind of change her face though. So she doesn't really have any skin details. Let's see, her nose is a little like that-ish. Her chin is pretty angular, so the more angular we can find of a chin, the better. That's pretty good. And her cheeks are kind of like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. She has just a line for lips, but I imagine that they would be just like normal lips. That's almost looking like Scorpia. just because the hair. There we go. And then her cheeks are kind of also pretty flat. So she seems to have pretty high cheekbones. Yeah, kind of like that. Okay, so her eyebrows, they will match her hair eventually, but they're just like kind of normal eyebrows, especially since we're going to be making her like 21st century Adora. And they're also not the same color as her hair. They are darker. So we can probably make them brown and then pull them upward and over. Okay, her eye shape is pretty big. And she also, wait a second, these are some new eyes. Oh, that's fun. Her eyes are like a grayish blue, kind of like this. She kind of has big eyes. And her ears kind of come out a little bit, so maybe not quite that much though. Those are big ears, but no, I don't like that. Let's just change it back to this. Okay. She also has blonde hair, but she wears it mostly in a ponytail. So and it's a dark blonde. So let's make this a dark blonde. And I'll try and find a ponytail that matches. Because she also has that little bump it in her hair, but I don't know that almost. This might be, it's close, but this might be what we use for her athletic wear, just because she wears kind of the same hairstyle whenever she's in like her best form of She-Ra. Wish that we had more bumpets, because that's like, I want to use that as her She-Ra hair. Maybe we'll use that because she kind of has a shorter ponytail in her regular form. So let's use that. And then, okay, so for her accessories, she doesn't have any piercings or like glasses or anything. Let's give her a necklace that's kind of in the same shape of the jewel on her sword, just to like signify it. I would say that she's not one to really wear makeup. That just doesn't really truly seem like Adora. But we can give her some like eyeliner. And then I obviously have some lashes on her. But let's go ahead and give her some, maybe not that blush. I want to have something that goes over the nose. That kind of goes over her whole face. But I think it works. And then she'd probably be like a chapstick girl or like a subtle lip gloss girl. So we can give her like that color. Cute. Okay, so for her everyday kind of wear, she wears like her hoard jacket thing. Like she never changes in the show. Not really. So let's find something that's like red with like white underneath. That's kind of like reminiscent of what she could wear or what she would wear. Because she also would go for like comfortableness and agility. So maybe something like this. Or honestly, kind of something like this. Let's do just pants and filter by gray, because she does wear gray pants. They are skin tight pants though, so maybe we should do skin tight. And these are jeans, but I feel like she would rock the leggings moment, especially because she needs to be She-Ra. So what would the sweatpants look like actually? Oh no, I like the leggings better. I like the leggings much better. Okay. She probably wouldn't have her nails done or probably wear jewelry. That doesn't really seem like her, but she probably would wear socks with her boots. So let's give her just some regular white socks and then we'll go to boots. Or honestly, she would be the type of person to wear sneakers. So let's actually filter by red and find some good sneakers for her. I kind of like those. Those look pretty good. Okay, so that's her everyday outfit. Pretty done. For her formal wear, I kind of want to be inspired by her vision that she has for herself and for Catra in the heart, like in the finale. So I need to find, yes, this Moschino hairstyle actually, honestly, is kind of perfect. When else would you use it? Because never. Do I not have any head decorations? Oh, no, I do, but it's this hair bow. That's weird. I wish I had a tiara thing that I could put her in. So maybe if I bought Enchanted by Nature, then I would be able to have that. So, but that's okay. I still don't think that she wears any like earrings or anything, but maybe she would. Maybe she would. So we'll give her something that matches her necklace, because I want to keep her in the same necklace to match her runestone. And I want to give her something light. I say light and then I give her something like this. So maybe let's put down the opacity a little bit. There we go. Yeah. And then I still think that she would wear maybe eyeliner, but maybe let's give her the wings and then keep with the blush that we had, which was what, this one? I think, I don't know. I know that we had lipstick or lip gloss. Let's maybe give her like a light lipstick or something like that. I don't know. Something with a little bit more color. And that's probably all for the upper body. So let's find her a pretty dress. It's a long dress and it's white, so that's not going to be really that hard to find. It's white and gold. I want to try to find something that's like similar in vibes, because it's very almost Grecian in a way. Probably not the slit. She doesn't seem like a slit kind of person. I feel like I use this dress like all the time, but honestly it's just because it's kind of perfect. It's like a beautiful perfect dress. So let's take off her accessories, because I don't think that she would be wearing any. Because she doesn't seem to be wearing any just like in general. So also, why are there so many rings on her hand? She still probably wouldn't have her toes done or anything. And then she'd probably be wearing sandals, just like she was to Princess Prom. Probably like these, which is very similar to what she was wearing. Actually, these are more similar to what she was wearing. And these feel very She-Ra. So probably like this. And then I do want to give her a princess prom look. So let's go back to hair and ponytails, and we'll give her this hair again. And then she doesn't really wear any jewelry, so we'll probably take the earrings off. I wish we had something put in her hair. I'm going to keep that necklace though, and I'm going to look for a red dress. This one has a similar feel to what she wears in the actual show. So let's go back to her sandals and change the color on them, because she seems to be wearing a more brown sandal in the show. So we'll make these brown. And then her athletic wear, I really want to be inspired by her season 5 She-Ra look. So we'll go to hair. Well, actually, let's go to accessories first and take off all this stuff. So we'll go to hair, go back to updo, and then we'll find that really intricate ponytail. Yeah, there we go. And this will be her She-Ra. Yeah, and then I don't think that she'll really need to wear makeup for the She-Ra, but I kind of like how it looks. And also, like, magical girl transformation. So maybe we'll keep it like a blend of her formal and not formal. I really wish tattoos were easy to do on the PlayStation, because I want to be able to give her like a tattoo of her sword. And I don't have anything to plug a wireless keyboard in to my PS5. Okay, so let's go to tanks, because she has like sleeveless, and she'd probably want to be showing her arms. So that also shows her sides, which is fine, but I think she'd be more comfortable with something like this. And then her bottoms probably, let's take off the socks, because the socks are really throwing me off. These leggings, well, they're not great leggings. So let's go back to skin tight, and we'll try and find some white ones, if there are any. Sweatpants, or we can do this white and gold one, because she kind of has like the gold on her thighs and stuff. So like, I really like that. That's good. For her bracelets, actually, I am going to give her a bracelet, and it's going to be like something gold on this wrist. It's going to be like her sword that's on her wrist. This one works, but I wish it was chunkier, but we're probably going to keep it. And then we're going to take off those rings. She probably still wouldn't have her nails done just on any outfit. And then we'll probably put some socks on her. I want to know if there are like any type of boots that she would wear for athletic, because I kind of like the tall boot look, but we don't seem to have any that would really work for working out. So maybe we can just do sneakers and sort by white. Oh, okay. Those kind of give She-Ra vibes. So yeah, so we can have something like that. And so for her sleepwear, she does kind of have a sleepwear look. So, and it's pretty modern. So she kind of just wears a gray tank and gray shorts. So I'm just gonna find, I wish that one came in gray. Kind of like this vibe, but that's not gray. We can kind of make it white. We'll make it white. And then she also has some shorts. They are kind of similar to that. So we'll probably keep that. And then we'll make her barefoot. And she definitely would not be sleeping with anything on. So no piercing, no makeup, no nothing. Not even eyelashes. Well, actually, she just naturally has eyelashes. So just regular Adora. And she's never been to a party before. Well, she's been to a couple because of Elberon and Thamor. But I would say she'd probably wear, let's get creative with this and think of what she would wear. So she probably would have her hair down. She probably would show up as the She-Ra. But I think that I want her to have her hair down, because she doesn't really wear her hair down a lot unless she's like distressed. And I kind of want to find one that has like a bumpet of some kind, just as a cute little nod to like her character, or even something like that. Let's do something like this. This is really cute. And it kind of has that whoosh with it. So let's give her her necklace. I can find it. And then makeup, we'll probably do what we did for formal wear. Yeah, so probably the same one as earlier. She probably would step it up with like a winged eyeliner of some sort. Keep the blush, and then maybe that darker lipstick that we had her in formal wear. And then she probably would wear like a full body type outfit. So probably a short dress, maybe. And if she went as, would she go as Adora or would she go as She-Ra? Because that depends on what color she'd wear. So let's try and find something red and white and maybe gold that also shows her necklace. I can see her wearing something like this, especially if it's a party. But is it a party in her honor, or is it just a party that she's going to? I really wish that would show her necklace, because that's super cute. You know what? She would probably wear like a jacket and pant combo. That's a little short, but it's the colors I want. Maybe like that, because it's a party and she's gonna have fun. And maybe let's put her in some gray jeans, especially if we're trying to modernize her look. I kind of want them to be distressed. I don't know why. She just gives me I would wear ripped jeans vibes. Maybe flared pants. Actually, no, I kind of like these. And then let's find some little boot things for her to wear. These are probably my favorite boots in the game, but I think the pants are too long to have boots like that. So maybe let's go back to, maybe let's do these loafers because they kind of have the gold on them too. And I like that. And then for the pool outfit, I'm going to keep everything up top the same, but I think I'm going to take inspiration from Mysticor. Filtered by gray and white. Also, this is literally the top that Juniper wears in Fields of Mystria. And I'm going to give her maybe this wrapped top. And then she does have on shorts. So maybe I'll give her these swim trunks. And then for hot weather, we can kind of do what we want with this one too. So she definitely would wear a t-shirt or some type of blouse. And it would be red. So let's filter by red because I think Glimmer would definitely take her shopping. I kind of like this top. It's kind of a darker red, but I don't mind it. And she would definitely be the kind of person to wear shorts. So let's give her something that she can move in. I hate all of the shorts. So let's put her in a skirt instead. Maybe like a pleated mini skirt. And then she would probably still wear sneakers. Actually, I kind of like these. They're white with red. And I think they go pretty good. And so whoa, Harry Potter, okay. And so bundling up in the winter, she probably would take off the piercings, take off the glasses. Adora would definitely be a beanie girl or like some type of protect her head. And let's find her a side pony. Maybe that one from Island Living. Let's see what that one looks like. Yeah, that looks good. And then we'll keep everything else the same. She probably would wear like a jumpsuit of some sort. Maybe not. She probably would wear like a set. Honestly, this one from base game, I'm kind of vibing with. I do kind of think Adora would be a darker colored kind of outdoor cold weather wearer. And let's take off the necklace because you can't even see it. And maybe change the color of the hat. Let's make it just white. Take off her accessories. That's why do you need rings whenever it's cold outside? And then change her gloves to maybe gray, like a utility kind of glove. Give her some long socks because she definitely would have on some good socks for her boots. And we will give her boots. We'll give her these kind of, well, I wanted them to go over her pants. But they're not going to, are they? Those ones do, but they don't seem Adora to me. These ones definitely do. So that is our modern day Adora finished. And Adora can't be Adora without her best friend and, you know, kind of her best friend, enemy, lover person, Catra. And yes, I know that Catra is a cat, but like, we may have to make her also a werewolf because I don't know if you can have like heterochromia in this game. Not without mods, and I don't have mods. Let's work on Catra's human part. And honestly, Catra probably doesn't have a last name, but if she was given a last name, it probably would be Cat because that's what her and Adora would come up with, or that's what Shadow Weaver would give her. So Catra's also a she, her. She's kind of got a grouchy walk, but I guess I'll just make her walk normal. And then her and Adora are together. And I don't know what their relationship dynamic should be because sometimes it's unpredictable. So let's make it unpredictable. And her aspiration, I may have to not make her a werewolf. I'm going to make her a public enemy though. Let's make her, can you make her not anything? Yeah, let's make her not a werewolf because I think that I would get really mad about that. So Catra is pretty cunning, sly, and charismatic. So probably hot-headed. She's quite the overachiever, but I don't even see a charismatic trait on here. Let's give her cat lover. Because if we made her hot-headed and evil, then I don't want to give her too many bad traits. She doesn't really like to do much of anything. So I'm not going to give her any likes or dislikes, actually. We are going to take off everything that the sim has so then we can have like a good base to start with. Okay, so Catra is also on the warm side. She's a little bit more orange than Adora is. She's probably like kind of like this, but not too orange, because I don't want her to look like Glimmer. So maybe kind of like this. And then she's pretty like middle, not quite as buff as Adora, but she's got some muscles. And then her eyebrows, they're kind of straight across, and they are dark. So let's not have them match hair and make them black. We'll have them downturned, because I think that helps give her an RBF. Let's go ahead and give her some pointed ears, because they'll be like her cat ears almost. And then her nose is kind of like Adora. It's a little turned up at the end. It's really cute, actually. So I wish that you could like turn that upwards, but that's okay. I understand my limitations in The Sims 4. She also has kind of an angular chin. Actually, I think almost everybody in this show does. And then her cheekbones are also fairly high. There we go. Kind of concave her a little bit more, because she's very cat-like. And then I assume, for some reason, that Catra's lips would be a little bit different shaped than Adora's. Even though because she's a cat, I mean. So, yeah, she kind of looks not super impressed with anything. That's good. I do think that as she's growing out her hair from after it got chopped off, which is kind of like this dark grayish, I do think that she would be wearing it up in a ponytail more often, kind of like she does in Adora's like vision. She almost kind of has her hair like this. She kind of looks like a pixie, but pretend she's a cat. But if we're going kind of based on how she was, then we need to have some like very fluffy, very voluminous, unhinged hair. We could almost go with this wolf cut hair, but it covers her ears, which is unfortunate, but that's kind of what it looked like. So maybe let's do that. I don't think that we have any head decorations at all that we could put on her, because I don't own Enchanted by Nature, which is also very unfortunate. I do think that Catra would have a nose piercing. Don't ask me why, I feel it in my bones. And it would be like, that's kind of too big. I need it to be smaller. Why do we not have smaller nose piercings? Yeah, you know what? Probably that one. She also has skin details. She has freckles. So let's give her some. I kind of like those. Those are really cute. And then she would probably, Catra would be the one to wear eyeliner. Like very kind of fancy almost eyeliner. Kind of like this. So I think I want to give that to her. And then, I never changed her actual eyeballs. Let's change her eyeballs. So she definitely would have fox type eyes. But let's give her these yellow eyes. And are there eyes that are very... She kind of also has big eyes. Maybe that's just because the cartoon style. Those one eyes probably were the best. Yeah, kind of like that. And then she would have top and bottom lashes. For sure. Now her cheeks, she would also probably have full glam almost every day. I kind of like those. That just like kind of screams Catra. Yeah, so let's go ahead and include that on all of her outfits. And then eyeshadow, definitely something like this, where it's very like sharp, and we'll add that on all of her outfits too. She's coming together. I'm very impressed by this. So she wears mostly a tank top, also in red, and she usually has that little keyhole type thing, kind of like this, or something like this, or even something like this, because she has a lot of sheer. So maybe we'll combine her two like regular horde outfits and have it be this. And then she does wear a lot of pants, like pants exclusively, and they're also in red, or like a deep burgundy. I can totally see her having something around her waist like that. Let's see what the jeans section gives us. Yeah, I kind of like that, actually. And then she does go barefoot in the show because she's a cat. But I do think that she would have fingernails. So she'd have really sharp, really black pointy nails, because she does have really sharp, really black pointy nails. So I just gotta find the right black, sharp, pointy nails. And I think I found them. First try. Wait. Oh, okay. Those are kind of like claws. So yeah, like that. Like that. She does. And then she definitely has her toes painted black all the time. I think that's black. Yeah, that's black. Because she has, you know, claws on her toes as well. I don't know what kind of shoes she would have because she doesn't wear shoes. I guess she does in Adora's vision, but like maybe she would have like country without the R boots. Ooh, maybe these ones from Realm of Magic where they're like, they have the open in the back. Yeah, but I don't know if I want them to be black. So let's maybe change the color. Maybe the red is the move. Yeah, maybe the red is the move. And then for her formal wear, she definitely would be wearing a suit because she wears a suit in Princess Prom. So let's keep with red. And instead of feminine, let's choose masculine. Men need more suits in this game. Ooh, that's kind of giving. That is kind of giving. So let's check the jackets just in case. Yeah, this is probably our best option. Oh darn, why did it take off her fingernails? Well, I'm definitely going to add those to every outfit because she needs to have them. It's Catra. And her toenails too. And then she probably wouldn't wear socks. She probably would. I don't think she'd wear heels. Maybe she would wear boots. It's hard to tell because she doesn't wear shoes ever. But I kind of like that. And then Catra would not want to work out. But she would. She'd complain about it, but she would. And it'd have to be something kind of like this. I wish that was red though. I think that's similar to Adora's. So maybe let's do something like this because she totally would wear something like that. And let's give her some leggings. Let's give her these. Those are some really big thumb holes, by the way. Let's give her some black sneakers. I kind of like those, but are those Catra? Maybe these. These are kind of Catra. And then to sleep, what would she wear to sleep? Probably something comfortable. She would be at her most vulnerable. So maybe like an oversized shirt. It's not very oversized though. Maybe like a baseball tee. Ooh, no, this. A very old tattered shirt. That's the move. And sweatpants. Like these. And then she would not have slippers. No, sir. Okay, party. She would turn it out. I think I missed her formal wear. I don't know how I missed her formal wear, but I missed her formal wear. Oh, no, I didn't. I did not miss her formal wear. Okay, good. So her party outfit, she would wear her hair in a ponytail. Probably like this. She probably would wear some type of fierce earring. Ooh, kind of like this. That's really cool. I like those. And where's her nose piercing? Sims 4, why do you hate us? All of us. Okay, let's get the outfit before we get any more jewelry. But I do see that she has rings on, and I do feel like that she would wear rings. So let's try and find something that would resemble like what she wears in Adora's vision. Which is a lot harder than I thought it would be. I almost like this, but I also really like this. But I feel like that might be a little too cute for Catra. So maybe let's stick with the color theme of like red, gold, and white with the top. And then find some gray pants. Yeah, kind of like those. And she doesn't really wear a necklace in that. So maybe we won't give her some. But she is wearing fingerless gloves. And I think I want to try and find some. Those are literally bowling gloves. Why do we not have fingerless gloves in this game? But we have bandages. We don't have like any gloves whatsoever. What the heck? Okay, so scratch the glove idea. We are going to have her wear rings though. And honestly, I kind of like that. Would she have on that many rings though? I don't know. Probably multiple on several fingers. I like that one better. And on her other hand, let's take off the party tag. I guess this is the only option on this hand. Maybe like that. And then make sure she doesn't have on anything funky, like those horrid socks. And then for shoes, she does have on shoes in this, so she probably would be wearing boots. Let's have her wear these gray boots. I like that. Okay, and then for hot weather, which she probably, or this is swimwear, she probably hates to swim, actually. So she also probably would hate being in the sun. So she would probably cover up. So I know it has a bow, but she probably bought it with glimmer. Oh, her ears are sticking out. That's funny. She probably allowed glimmer to pick it out. And she would totally wear sunglasses. She probably would have something full body on because she doesn't really want to get wet. Ooh, like a wetsuit. Oh, that one looks like a tuxedo. That's funny. Would she wear one that looks like a tuxedo though? Oh, that's a skeleton. Why don't we have just plain black ones? I guess let's give her the red one. And then she can be barefoot on this because it's swimwear. So for hot weather, she did wear a leather jacket in the crimson waist. So like, why would, I guess we could give her a leather jacket. But she probably would wear a hat of some sort. And this one's like all beat up and stuff. So let's find that ponytail and see if it works with this. Oh, it does. Okay, cool. And she once again would be wearing glasses because it's hot outside. Let's find not a sweater. Let's find a jacket outfit. Kind of like this, actually, because that resembles-ish what she had on, because it was a black jacket with her red top, but I think I'll keep it black. And then wear maybe not gray for the bottom. Maybe it'll be red. And let's put her everyday wear stuff back on. She does wear leggings in the crimson waist, so maybe we'll keep that on. No bracelets. You know, she probably would wear rings every single day, but let's keep it just for party. And then she probably would not wear socks, much to Adora's chagrin. But she would wear sandals. Something she can easily slip in and out of. Like these. And then for cold weather, I don't think that she'd wear a hat. I think she'd be too cool for a hat. You make sure that she doesn't have anything else on, though. She definitely would wear a set. She did kind of have a cold weather outfit in that one episode where they're getting the first one's tech out in the tundra. But she'd wear something like this. Really, like, chic. Kind of honestly what I was looking for with Adora, to be totally honest with you. But we can have Catra wear it. Or should we switch their outfits? So let's change Adora and take off the cold weather tag, and maybe we can find what I really wanted her in. Because I wanted her in this. And I think that that fits Adora a lot more than it would Catra, which means I'll probably change the headwear to make it this. And then Catra can wear what Adora had, which was this. And that looks a lot better. And she totally would still wear boots, though. She may even wear the same boots that she had on, just a different color. And then she wouldn't... actually, would she wear gloves? I don't know. Probably not with her claws. I don't think she would. So that is Catra. And that is Adora. So they are going to be on the gallery if you'd like to download them and use them yourselves. And I'm not going to be making Glimmer and Bow in this video, but stay tuned because I will be making them in a different video. I'm going to save them to the gallery's Catradora. And they probably use a lot of packs, but if you would like to download them from the gallery, my EAID is in the description box down below. It is also DNCRGRL, in case you need to like type that in. But they are on the gallery as Catradora. So, Bow and Glimmer will be up soon, so I can't wait to see you then. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys.